Good morning.
Welcome back. Go ahead and make your way to your mat. Hope you all had a nice weekend. Getting excited about spring around the corner here. And as always, the most amazing way to open up our yoga, really our day, is to just take a moment connecting with the breath. So as you begin to settle into your mat, I want you to really feel the weight of your hips, of your sit bones as they rest on the mat. Feel very grounded, connected to the earth, to the floor beneath you. And from that place of groundedness, let's go ahead and begin to grow our spine all the way from the tailbone, lengthening, drawing up, 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 all the way through the crown. And as you breathe into this nice, straight spine, go ahead and draw that oxygen, that deep breath, all the way down into the lowest part of your lungs. You can think of it as the lower abdomen or the belly. But in and out through the nose if that's available to you. Drawing it down, down, down. Past the chest. Past the rib cage. Maybe put your hand on your belly. See if you can feel the lungs inflate below the rib cage there. As we take the last few moments to take a couple more intentioned breaths, let's go ahead and also set an intention for our day. How would you like to feel? What would you like to experience more of? Once you have that in mind, how you want to feel today, what you would like to experience, go ahead and bring in the feeling of gratitude. And maybe you bring something to mind that you are grateful for. Or maybe you're already very practiced tapping into gratitude and you just let that feeling well up inside of you. It can kind of be a gratitude for everything, a gratitude for life, gratitude for breath. But allowing that gratitude, that humble thankfulness to be the feeling, to be the vehicle by which we allow more of what we want in our life. Gratitude first. And if you had your eyes closed, go ahead, allow them to open, keeping a nice straight spine as we come into a forward fold, leading with the chest, walking out with the fingers. Drawing through the crown of the head, breathing deeply into that back body. feel the shoulder blades split apart on your back as you breathe deeply. My fan is on. I'm not even sure if you can hear the music or not. I don't want to yell over it, but I want you to have something. Breathing here, just a few more breaths in the back body. Maybe you continue to walk those hands forward as you find a little opening and stretch. And go ahead from here, just begin to walk your hands over to the right. Taking those left fingertips forward just a little bit extra. Still rooting through that left hip. It's not coming up off the mat. Still taking those nice deep breaths into the back body. Inhale through center. Exhale over the left leg. Next, inhale, center, exhale, press up. Nice work. Let's go ahead and take a couple twists, starting to wake up our internal organs, stimulating the digestive system. So that left leg, that left foot's going to come alongside the right hip. Taking that right leg over, giving it a hug with that left arm. Go ahead and support your spine with your right hand like a kickstand, pressing up, lengthening the spine on an inhale, twisting deeper as you exhale. Continue with those micro movements, getting a little taller with each inhale, twisting just a little deeper with each exhale. It may more be intending the muscles to do so rather than an actual motion. And release to center. Go ahead and uncross those legs. Right leg across, left leg over. So you can get both those hips seated back on the mat. Go ahead and hug the right, support the left. Inhale, lengthening, exhale, twisting. Back to center. Nice work. Untwisting those legs. Let's go ahead and take a nice wide straddle. Legs hands wide apart, toes flexed up towards the ceiling. Pressing those thighs towards the mat. As the feet flex up, take a look. Make sure that big toe is pointing straight up. You might take a little inward rotation with the thigh to help get it there. And then from here, again, nice straight spine, beginning to walk the hands forward, getting into the inner thighs now with our forward fold. Taking a moment here to breathe as we fold forward. You'll probably feel your breath deeper in the back body. Feel your whole rib cage, especially low down through the back body as you inhale deeply, as they kind of split apart like wings. Exhale, squeezing it back together. And just feeling into that nice deep breath. Taking a peek at those big toes. Are they still pointing up? Are they starting to roll in? And continuing with that breath. On your next inhale, beginning to press up, grabbing behind the thighs, just bringing those heels up partway, still nice and wide. Supporting your hands behind your back. Pressing that chest forward, tucking that belly button up and in, heels on the mat, just the knees drop from side to side. And you're encouraging them gently towards the mat. Getting to open up through the hip socket there. Lubricating the joint. And as you come to center, go ahead and draw those feet all the way in, making your way onto your hands and knees. Always focusing on alignment, really in every pose you do. Stacking joints is extremely important. This will make sure that the work is happening from the muscles and not in any of the little connective tissues and sensitive parts in the body. So those knees should be right under the hips, wrists stacked on your shoulders. And we'll just start with some nice cat-cow. Inhale, drop in that belly, hips and crown raise to the sky. Exhale, press back. Crunch that chin in towards the belly. Inhale forward, pressing strongly through the hands and knees for both. Exhale back. I want you to take a few at the pace of your own breath, nice and slow. See if as you move through, you can feel a movement for each vertebra. And as you take a few, see if you can go just a little deeper with each one. next round, go ahead and make your way back to neutral spine. Taking that left foot back, pressing out through the heel, getting a quick calf stretch. Maybe you press into the palms, taking it a little deeper. And go ahead and take that left foot up off the mat, parallel, flexed or pointed. Inhale, right arm up, finding that balance. On the next exhale, drawing your elbow in towards your knee, nice and slow. Really crunching at the bottom, tucking that belly button up and in before inhale, lengthening. And a few more at the pace of your own breath. Exhale, crunch. And inhale, lengthen. We're going for 5. Take a break if you need to. Stick with me if you can. One more. And after that one, releasing your knee and hand back to the mat. Right foot goes back. Flex and press. Finding that opening. Inhale, leg up, left arm up. Exhale, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhale, crunching. Breathing through a few more, nice and slow. Connecting your movement to your breath. One more, elbow to knee. And releasing hand and knee to the mat. Let's take big toes together, knees nice and wide. Press those hips back, child's pose. Inhale forward onto the hands and knees, and then coming onto your side. We're going to take a side plank. So go ahead and stack first that elbow under the shoulder. Bringing the forearm to the mat, pressing through the palm. And then go ahead and choose a foot position. Maybe you're going to try for one foot stacked on top of other. Maybe you're going to kickstand with that top foot right out in front. Once we get up, we're going to go for like 5 nice slow breaths. So take a moment now as an opportunity to reconnect with that nice slow deep breathing. If you haven't been, maybe to a count of 3 or 4 in. Then a count of 3 or 4 out. We're going to do our best to continue this nice deep breathing when we're up. It may or may not happen, but we're going to keep working towards that. Go ahead and begin by pressing those hips up. And as you press the hips up, focus on crunching through the side here. Nice deep breathing. Maybe you take your hand to your hip. Maybe you draw it up. Keep pressing. That was 5 breaths for me. One more inhale in. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. Nice work.
Just hold as many breaths as you can. We're gonna go for 5, or I guess 6. I'm gonna count 5 and then one more inhale and lower us on the 6. It's like less than 30 seconds. We got this. Again, finding that stack, elbow under shoulder. Nice flat palm, choosing your foot position. Let's shoot for balance in yoga. So if you did one thing on one side, let's do that on the other side as well. Pressing into those feet. Continuing to press those hips up. Crunching through that side body. That was 5 breaths, one more inhale. And on the exhale, slowly lower. Nice work. Do one more thing for the sides. This class goes on, but let's go ahead and come into Navasana or boat. It's not my particularly favorite core exercise, probably because I'm not that great at it. But that's where our work is, right? So go ahead and grab behind the thighs. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Bring those shins up parallel to the mat. Maybe you point, maybe you flex, but have your feet active as well. Active feet, drawing that chest up and forward, nice and straight in the low back, reaching out through the crown. Tucking that belly button up and in. Just a few breaths right here to start us off. And release. The next one, let's take maybe with our hands just behind our back to help support our chests, but it will be a little bit harder because we're going to be holding our legs up and starting to work down into that rectus abdominis, those lower abdominal muscles, to bring our thighs up and in. So Navasana, go ahead, feet up, shins parallel to the earth, activate those feet, and then press that chest up, straightening the spine. Keep drawing those thighs in, and your back just a little bit on that nice point on the sits bones, where the balance feels fairly easy. Keep pressing that chest up. Keep drawing those thighs in. Belly button up and in. And exhale, release. We're going to take one more Navasana in just a moment. Maybe you take one of those first 2 versions again. Maybe we add on the arms. I think I'm not going to add on the straight legs today. So we'll keep it at bent legs no matter what. Maybe you go for no arms. And let's go for 5 breaths. So make sure you're reconnected with that. Nice slow breathing again first, just like we did for the side planks. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feet up, activated, parallel. Maybe the arms come out to the side. Continue drawing that chest up and forward. Thighs to chest, chest to thighs. Maybe the arms even go up. And grabbing behind thighs, bringing the feet back to the mat. Go ahead and begin rolling all the way down to the mat on your back, one vertebra at a time. Bringing the soles of the feet in, walking them in as close as you can to your body. Keep the thighs together so you can squeeze them in. As we come up into our bridges, we don't want the knees to flail out to the sides, at least not for this version of them. If we take full Baddha Konasana and open our legs to press, that's fine. If they just angle out while we're pressing up, that can put tension again on the connective tissue in the knee joints. Let's not do that. So you've got your feet walked in, you've got your thighs pressed together, you've got your hands pressed into the mats alongside your hips. Go ahead from here, begin rolling those hips up one vertebra at a time. As you get up a little higher, you might have the room to roll those shoulders under your back. Maybe you can clasp your hands behind you, pressing the sides of the hands and forearms into the mat. Pressing up a little higher, still squeezing those knees, those thighs in towards one another. Squeezing through the glutes and the hamstrings, pressing those hips up, 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 strongly through all four corners of the feet. And still, with all of that going on, you're breathing. Clasping those hands, taking the shoulders out from behind the back. Go ahead and begin to roll down one vertebra at a time. Taking your time, tucking that belly button in so you can really let those hips and tailbone come last. Just a breath or two here to recenter. We're going to take that one more time. Setu Bandha. Bridge pose. And ready, squeezing those thighs together, pressing into all four corners of the feet as you begin to roll up. When you're ready, rolling those shoulder blades under, clasping those hands behind your back, hips press up higher, you're breathing. As hips continue to press up, up, up towards the sky, breathing into your chest. Maybe you can get it all the way down into the belly. That's your constant practice. Keep pressing through the feet, keep pressing the hips up, keep squeezing through the glutes. Keep bringing those knees together. Just a couple more breaths here. And releasing the shoulders, beginning your descent nice and slow. When you reach the bottom and your tailbone hits, let's bring the knees in towards the chest, giving them a gentle hug. This is just a nice little easy counter pose for the back bends that we just took in bridge. Maybe you rock your hips back and forth. Maybe you make some little circles. Go ahead and begin to roll yourself up all the way to seated. I'm going to run through just gonna do a quick dolphin. So coming back to your hands and knees, you can just take a forearm plank as well, but I just want to get into those yummy, delicious upper back muscles here through the shoulder blades. All an important part of working the entirety of your core. So again, forearm plank as an option, or coming up into dolphin, which is kind of a modified version of down dog. So tucking those toes under, elbows are only shoulder distance apart, pressing those hips up and back, pressing that chest back towards your thighs, pressing out to the heels, breathing here. And releasing those knees to the mat. Nice work. And down onto the belly. Forehead or cheek to the mat. You're gonna relax through your triceps, your upper muscles here. You know that place where we like to hold all of our stress and tension at the base of the neck and the top of the shoulders? Yeah, completely relax that. I don't want you to use those muscles at all in this next move. And drawing your hands down alongside your hips. Palms are facing up. Our arms are going to come up, the palms pressing towards the ceiling, except you're not going to use the arms to lift so much, is you're going to squeeze the lower part of your shoulder blades together. So it'll kind of feel like mid-back, down here, squeezing from there. Remember, your traps, tops of your shoulders are relaxed. Very, very bottom of the shoulder blade doing the work. And release, beautiful. Hands under shoulders, pressing up. Sorry I have you flip-flopping back and forth, but back to our backs. Let's go ahead and make that triangle. Point your fingers to the thumbs, palms down, under the tailbone, all the way at the bottom. Really, it's like below the sacrum. It's pretty much below that nice flat bone you feel. You might move it around a little bit once you start the movement, just to find that sweet spot. It should feel good. It'll help us with our tuck. So bringing those knees up, tucking that belly button up and in. Your whole spine should be pressed against the mat. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. Let's start with one leg drops. Dropping one leg. Exhale up. Inhale, drop the other one. Exhale up. We're going to be here a minute. We're going to go for 10 on each side. And up. And drop. Exhale up. That's 2. That's 3, nice and slow. Inhaling down, hovering above the mat, exhale up. Feeling that crunch in the lower ab there to lift that leg. Keep fighting to get that top leg straight. Keep pushing out through the heel. Foot that stays behind. Both feet really probably shaking. I'm shaking. As where the work comes in. But I am shaking the legs. I don't feel this in my lower back. If you do, please take less of a drop. I feel this strictly in the front body and the legs. Just a couple more. I think that was 8 on both sides. Starting our 9th round. Breathing here. And 10th one, each side. Inhale, drop, exhale, up. Inhale, drop, exhale, up. Bending at the knees, feet come to the mat. Moving those hands, beautiful work. Nice, strong core. Let's go ahead and take a Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together. Knees drop, open to the sides. Go ahead and play for a minute here. Oftentimes, most of the time, we'll be more open in one hip than the other. So kind of rock back and forth. See if you can get to that point where it's even weight, so even pressure from the floor on each hip. That'll be your center point. Go ahead and bring the palms together. We're just going to take a few little crunches. We're mostly focusing on the chest, going up towards the sky, and then just a little bit forward with the hands. But most of the motion is more of an upward motion and not so much a curly motion. So exhale up, inhale down, up, down. Continuing. Keep looking up at the sky. And releasing all the way to the mat. Nice work. Grab behind those thighs. Bring those knees up. Take that left ankle across the right knee. And drawing up, grab behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Figure 4, flexing that top foot. Breathing here into the hip as we start our wind down towards Shavasana. And release, switch sides, up and grab.
release. Switching that cross again with the left leg on top, both knees drop to the right. Easing out over that left shoulder, a nice supine twist. Inhale, ease back up to center. Over to the other side. Easing out over that opposite shoulder if that's available to you. Inhale, center, legs out, long. Arms out to the side. Finding that nice straight spine. Allowing the hips to just open towards the mat. Your belly relaxes. The back of your head heavy against the mat. Your face and jaw completely relaxed, smoothing out the forehead, releasing any tension, any wrinkles there, releasing around the eyes. Your chest is relaxed, your thighs are relaxed. In the last few breaths here. On your next inhale, beginning to awaken back into your body. And taking any last stretch that your body might be asking for as you continue to awaken back into the room. And as you're ready, bending at the knees, bringing the soles of your feet to the mat. Rolling onto one side. I love taking a moment or two, a breath or two in fetal position before pressing up into seated. Just taking a moment in seated as you extend that crown up towards the sky, as you sit tall in the spine, as your hips relax against the earth. How do you feel compared to the beginning of class? Just taking a moment to bring it full circle. Is it easier to sit here in this upright position? And then also bringing back into the forefront of your mind the intentions of how you would like to feel today and what you would like more of, to see more of throughout your day, more of in your life. Bring those things back into your mind. Inhaling deep in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhaling, knowing that it is. Exhale, releasing it back out to the universe, back out to God, to bring that about. Leaving today from your mat in full faith